The KiMo Theater in downtown Albuquerque serves as a stage for a variety of events. But did you know it's one of the few places in the United States that you can catch a movie on an actual silver screen? So what does that mean exactly? We went down to the KiMo to catch a screening of The Pit and the Pendulum to find out firsthand.
Well, the silver screen here at the KiMo Theater is a new addition, newish. We brought it in about 2 years ago. And a lot of people don't know the term silver screen is really because the screen was made with real silver particles, as this screen is. You can't touch it because even the oil from your fingers can damage it. So this is an 80-foot screen. It is made from real silver particles. It makes the movies look amazing, and that is where the original term came from the golden age of cinema. Part of us bringing the real silver screen into the KiMo Theater was we have made a very concentrated effort in the past few years of resurrecting the KiMo to what it was in the 1920s and the 30s in downtown Albuquerque, which was the hub of arts and culture. It was originally a movie house, and that's what it was built to be in the 20s. And it's gone through various owners. And it still is a hub of arts and culture in downtown Albuquerque. This is a historic building, and we've kept a lot of original pieces here. There's been some that have been renovated, to update them and things that needed to happen, although we have tried to keep the integrity of the original building and the look and feel of the theater.
Very, very cool stuff. So we are now here with Tierna Unruinos, who is from the Department of Cultural Affairs, to talk more about this silver screen. So, folks, seriously, if you have not seen a movie at the KiMo, you are missing out because the picture quality is incredible.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty amazing. We are the only theater to have that real silver screen, and it makes a huge difference when you're in there and seeing. In a lot of the older movies that we show, we like to show a lot of classic movies, and it makes a huge difference because no one's ever really seen them to that quality with the HD projector.
Yeah, and it's when we went in and we were shooting this, I was so torn because I was like, well, do I do the setup? Do we shoot this? Or can I just sit back and watch the movie?
Right.
Because it is so striking.
It is.
So, like you said, a lot of movies going on right now. You guys have three in particular, three series of movies that are going on.
We call
What's
them
showing?
mini festivals.
Mini festivals,
yeah.
good.
And right now we have a Pedro Almodovar series going on. If you like foreign films, he's the Spanish director. His muse is Penelope Cruz, so you may know him through that. That's every Thursday night throughout January and February. And then every Friday night we also have Edgar Allan Poe classic films with Vincent Price. And then every Saturday night, we have a series of Humphrey Bogart movies from the golden age of cinema, and that goes throughout February as well. So there's a lot going on. We have a lot more than just movies, but we try to showcase a lot of different art house movies, foreign films, classic films, as much as possible to add variety.
Absolutely, because a lot of people, they want to go out and they want to see some of these movies. A lot of contemporary movies out there, absolutely, but going to see it in the KiMo with the beautiful proscenium that you guys have refurbished and restored from its original state, and seeing it on that gorgeous screen, an 80-foot wide screen, that's also something you really don't get to see a lot of. Most screens are not that big.
Yeah, and it's though it's the whole ambiance of the theater because it is historical, and you are sitting in those seats and you get to see like how large it is, and so it's the whole experience really that we're offering.
Right.
Yeah.
And so last year, 2013, there was a slew of movies that were out that were really great. You guys had a great series about Hitchcock.
Yeah.
So you could see a lot of Hitchcock's old movies. One of my personal favorites, Nosferatu, screened on Halloween night.
Yes.
And lots of shows that go on there as well. Like you said, it's not just movies. There's dance concerts. There's a bunch of different events. Ballet. So what's going on at the KiMo this year?
Well, we have a lot of live events. We have that, every year, but coming up also in February, we work a lot with Ballet Repertory Theater, so we will have Swan Lake. We'll be there.
Wow,
so we have a lot of different live events and the movies. We host different things like from AFME. They'll bring different presentations and movies in there. So we, and the theater groups, local theater groups and companies here in town. So we try to offer as much of a variety of the arts as possible at the theater.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I'm not sure if you know this yet, if they're going to be in, but of course the 48-hour film project, which is always a big deal here in Albuquerque.
Yeah, we have it every year.
that screens every year, and that's great. You know, local filmmakers, local folks, they can go and see themselves in an 80-foot screen.
Yeah.
Nowhere else can you really make that happen.
No, and we really like to support local New Mexico filmmakers as much as possible. You know, we don't only go for the flashy big names and, you know, whatever has a lot of money behind it. We try to really also support as much local arts and culture in the economy as possible.
That's great. So if folks want to get tickets, get information, how can they learn more about what's shown at the KiMo?
They can go to KiMoTickets.com, or if you're local here in Albuquerque, call 311 and they will give you more information.
311. Tierna, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
very
time.
much.
Thanks for letting me sneak in and watch Pit in the Pendulum.
Sure, absolutely,
A lot of fun.
anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right, folks.